As a school nurse, I'm very concerned about the negative impact that closing the Westfield Hospital emergency room will have on the students, staff, and visitors at this school. The total population in the 7 school districts that are impacted because of geographic location by Westfield Hospital's emergency room closing are 5,100 students. This is every school day that this population is going to be impacted. Every day the parents of these 5,100 students send their children off to school, place them in the care of the school for 7 to 8 and sometimes even longer hours a day. Chautauqua Lake School has a student population of about 900 students. Included in this 900 students are 65 BOCES students that are housed here at Chautauqua Lake. Many of these students come to us and are very medically fragile students. They're riding the buses to and from school, which is a risk, especially in inclement weather conditions that we have in this area. They come to school, they play on the playgrounds, they perform physical activities throughout the school day, and playgrounds are historically known to be areas of high injury. Children sustain falls, concussions, injury to limbs and other body parts on playgrounds, gym activities. Many of the activities that go on during the school day place the student at risk for injury, sometimes serious injury. Students here at Chautauqua Lake School compete in 14 different sporting events throughout the year. Many of these are classified as contact sports, which again have a high incidence of injury and at risk for injury, sometimes serious, including things such as concussions, fractured limbs, hemorrhaging, injuries that can be life-threatening. We send, and over the past several years have sent dozens of students to the emergency room for injuries that have occurred playing sports. Probably the most serious injury that concerns us is our head injuries, and we do have students that sustain these playing sports. Last year from the health office, we transported 5 students to Westfield Hospital's emergency room. All 5 of these transports did involve potentially life-threatening situations. 3 of the students were experiencing seizure activity. This seizure had been sustained for over 5 minutes. A seizure that lasts for longer than 5 minutes has the potential of causing irreversible brain damage and can lead to death. So time is a critical element in treating a person experiencing sustained seizure activity. Another transport was a student that had experienced a severe allergic reaction. This child was having trouble breathing, was breaking out in hives, was having all of the classic symptoms of a severe anaphylactic reaction to an allergy. We have students every day that attend school here with bee sting allergies, peanut allergies, and other allergies that are life-threatening. Time was a critical element in all of these emergencies last year. We had a parent collapse in the parking lot. The parent was then treated for a brain aneurysm. This type of medical emergency is a time-sensitive emergency. The sooner you can get these people emergency care, the higher the chances are that they are going to recover from this emergency. New York State has mandated that all schools have automated external defibrillators. We have to have these defibrillators in our building within 1 minute's fast walk from any area of our building. We also have to have these defibrillators on our playing fields when we have athletic events. They are in all public buildings and are being put everywhere in the community. The county sheriff's department is now carrying them in their sheriff's vehicles because it has been shown that if you have access to a defibrillator, they can save lives in the event of a sudden cardiac arrest. Yet, for all these other medical emergency events that we deal with on a day-to-day basis in the school setting, New York State has determined that it is okay to add 30 to 40 minutes of travel time to access emergency care. And I guess we have a concern about that. I haven't heard any arguments on how this decision to close Westfield Hospital's emergency room has any positive benefits at all. My understanding is that this was a decision of the Berger Commission, and it was to cut healthcare costs in New York State. Although I haven't seen any figures as to what these cost savings would look like, I can tell you right now that the cost of not having that emergency room service available is going to come at a great cost to the people of the school, the students, the staff, the visitors, the spectators, and the residents of this community. Placing over 5,100 students and 1,000 employees at increased risk for death or permanent medical damage every school day, not to mention the visitors and the spectators and the residents of this community, including myself and my family who reside in this area, I feel is a much greater cost. What is the value of one life lost? I can tell you right now that the cost of not having that emergency room service available is going to come at a great cost to the people of the school, the students, the staff, the visitors, the spectators, and the residents of this community.